on TikTok, let me make one more cringy song. Let's go. I try to keep it wholesome. I'm not a cursed husband. I promise, please just hold on. Listen and don't go. Got a pure heart in possession. Don't even know what sex is. Please trust in my confession. I swear I'm say so. My mind is not that rotten. I'm honest, I have no sins. The purest, sweetest maiden. Wouldn't you say so? I'm not a nasty gremlin. Good words aren't my intention. Evil spirits, I cleanse them. You know I'm say so. Cause I'm the cleanest of the clean. Yeah, sure, that perfect hygiene. And I won't laugh when you say wiener. I have a lazy like demeanor. I never said that I would steal your wine. You know I wouldn't mind. I try to keep it wholesome. I'm not a cursed husband. I promise, please just hold on. Listen and don't go. Got a pure heart in possession. Don't even know what sex is. Please trust in my confession. I swear I'm say so. My mind is not that rotten. I'm honest, I have no sins. The purest, sweetest maiden. Wouldn't you say so? I'm not a nasty gremlin. My words are my intention. Evil spirits, I cleanse them. You know I'm say so. When you check my chest, yeah, it's still flat. I just banged your mom, you can call me dad. Wait, I'm sorry, did you hear that? I'm a nice, innocent girl, yeah, that is a fact. I don't care what you have heard. I don't say rude, dirty words. I am normal, rest assured. Hey, why are you running away? No matter what I do, my inner demon comes through. Keep saying pee-pee poo-poo. Why can't I let go? Your heart has desperation. The train has left the station. My shame is on vacation. I wanna stay home. My mind is truly rotten. My dignity forgotten. I know I really lost it. Wouldn't you say so? Though I am just a gremlin, not cute.
For those of you out there who don't know who Smash JT is, you should be thanking your lucky stars for that. I'll let him self-ID. He is the anti-journos bane of Kotaku, which is sort of funny given Smash JT didn't start this campaign of his until after. Yep, that's how it's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it could have happened. A Bellular up there. So let's see how this goes. Articles and make YouTube videos talking about video games and stuff. So let's see what that stuff is. Seems more like he's talking about people than video games. List of folks who worked or had work or who are friends with Kotaku or talked to someone in Kotaku and agreed with them one time. And beyond, I guess that's the beyond part. Kotaku has turned into a more all-encompassing word for everything wrong with video game industry. This page aims to become a comprehensive directive of individuals who work, had work, or some way related to Kotaku. No matter how minute or how ill-informed that connection that Smash JT forms in his own head to it, which we'll get into. Or other game companies that have become websites that have historically, keyword there, historically, shown to care more about pushing activist agendas and narratives instead of conversations about video games. The irony of this is hilarious when you go to his home, gaming news, so talking about person. There's talking about Dragon Age. Person. Here is a review in retrospective, and somehow I don't believe it's even going to be about the actual game. Yep, not about the actual game. It's about the reviews. So, back to Kotaku Detected. The initial sections of this page include some of the worst writers, editors, or others who have contributed to the downfall of game journalism over the years for various reasons. Each entry provides relevant information for further research, including their roles, articles, and or linked videos or tweets explanations. This is almost funny when you realize what he links to. Whether you are a researcher, enthusiast, or an industry professional, this resource is designed to spotlight the people behind Kotaku's content and hold them accountable for their actions. So, how are you going to hold them accountable, Smash JT? For those who do not appear on this list, they have not committed any awful behavior publicly yet. Consider this a curation group, citing facts as my personal opinions. He lost me with that. Your opinion may vary. All information provided on this page is sourced from easily located, publicly available information. More information detailing why the hashtag Kotaku movement was created, please watch this video. Not going to watch that. Yep, not going to watch that. That's not how it's going to go. It's going to go quite interesting tonight. That was a bit from a video that I was going to put together. But let's get into the actual stream now. The first part is I found something very interesting, and I have to correct Cerberus online here because, yeah, it's not blackface. He was criticized for doing blackface. Not true, but he is correct about him lying. Okay, or maybe technically, according to him, this is blackface. He did alter that. Why do I say that? Because here is a a stream that not a stream, a video I found sort of going over that old video. Definitely red face and definitely looks nothing like the altered video that he has in general. So now that we get into this nitty gritty, let's move up to the start of this. How did I get to Alyssa the dachshund thing? A very good question. It actually came from a misconception overall. Okay, let's see how Smash actually goes. Don't worry, not gonna do too much in general. So let's take a look at Smash JT's website with Alyssa and how it looks a little bit interesting in retrospect. So she flees Twitter, karma comes roaring back. You know, very controversial figure. I didn't know who the hell she was until that article on Sweet Baby Inc. And even I thought it was a little bit, missing the mark by not bringing up what someone from Sweet Baby Inc. did. But I covered that with Vito going over with Grayson. That was quite interesting sort of dynamic there. So, yep, she goes over. Marcante has stated on Twitter she's now facing severe privacy breaches with personal information being shared publicly without her consent, a practice universally regarded unacceptable and harmful. Just because she stepped into this world doesn't mean we all should. Let's get away from that clown, the cheerleader, rah, rah, rah. Despite the unacceptability of doxing, some folks has seen the irony in Marcante's situation. Prior incidents, she made a public comment on social media about her indifference to contacting her family, which some has argued has inadvertently exposed her to greater risk. So yeah, with such statements, disclaimer, I don't condone harassment sort of thing. In no way justifies the violation of her privacy. They contribute to a complex narrative about the responsibility that comes with public communication. Actions have consequences in this world. Again, the accountability, I guess, comes into play there. So, dual identity, taking a break from the shit. this is where I find it very interesting. This episode serves as a stark reminder of the malicious nature of online interaction and the rapid escalation that can occur, blah, 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 in digital space. And for some reason, she brings up, no, sorry, she is displayed here with her two messages in what was Sweet Baby Detective back then, now DID Detective. If anyone would like to chat about this Discord, the stream page, let me know. Thanks. Is there a reason why many of you don't have your names, pictures associated with your accounts on here? Okay. Hint, hint, hint. Something that people try to claim is her trying to dox them. I think that's lame, but oh, they are Spanish. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And so, in the discussion of these events, reflecting more on the situation. I mean, oh, thank Will the fans for the screenshot. Common contributor to the one guy. Okay, making sure I'm on the right screen. And you got Smash JT has been trying to get Alyssa, Nick, and others fired. Okay, this is quite interesting overall. Not going to really get into this article because I conveniently didn't link it. Well, probably is linked secondly, but why bother with that? So, responsibility. You've been trying to get them fired for so long, and the I don't know what exactly he's going on about. He was just going on about consequences have actions. I don't think anyone should try to get anyone fired, okay? But that's just me. And here's a good question. Has Smash ever acknowledged that this happened to Nick due to Grum's lying about Nick's doxing him, which Smash put Nick on Kotaku Detective for originally? See, published a fake story because it made someone he doesn't like look bad. That's a lie. He published something that was incorrect on his X account, weaponized his Discord server, and is encouraging thousands of Patreon server supporters to dox Grums. Okay, that's gone now because that could lead to a lawsuit with defamation there. Okay, and this guy here, he took him off. That was nice of Smash. Okay, the string him up comment, which was misconstrued. Okay, and yep, this is the thing. This is the Nick thing. Did he ever acknowledge when he was talking about this, he was pissed off about this and not explicitly Kotaku's detected? It definitely came into play, but this was the bigger concern here. Yes, she did. But now I think she's getting a job at Rolling Stone. These two feed off of each other. Smash JT and Lissa definitely have fed each uh sort of feed off each other in this particular thing here. So now I will send this out to Tiamon. This might actually be something he wanted to come on for some reason because he's good friends with what is his name? Renowned Zero. It's escaped me at the moment. But in reality, this just really is really odd. Okay, I'll skip that bit in a second. Okay. I'll skip this for a second. If Diamond wants to come in, he will be my renowned speaker. He's buddies with Renown. He's buddies with Renowned Zero. So Smash justifies trying to cancel Nick. So a little video here.
To get fired, it goes back to this goes all on Nick Calandra of Second Wind, who is employing him, continuing to empower him to do these things. And while I'm saying those things, and obviously people could be like, oh, well, now you're trying to get him canceled at Second Wind. It's like, well, here's the thing. He shouldn't be doing this stuff. He's obviously.
So he's admitting here that he's trying to cancel or at least get Nick fired. Okay. And if it was Chris Kendrick or not, or just a fake me out calling Smash JT's previous job, I don't see this as being the same. Okay.
Obviously dog whistling everyone to get fired, get canceled. Why? Like, what is your deal? What's your agenda? Just because people don't agree with you that you need to end them?
Yep. Here we go with this.
It makes no sense. Stop
Okay,
it.
we got a
Like,
TM, wild
legit-
TM on here.
from one human being, whatever the hell you are, I'm telling you to stop it. Cover the game. Cover what you do on second and move on with it. Whatever the hell this is, it's not helping you. As far as everything I've seen, one goes back to this goes all on Nick Calandra of second.
Okay. Yeah. He admitted to trying to cancel Nick. And Tiamon, I'll have to mute you if you have little noises in the background. What are you thinking so far? I need to finish
Fine.
up with this.
I know that's the worst make it. No, what do you mean, like Smash JT? Like, I'm very familiar with this because the idea, because I wasn't sure if you have like you were going to go over which one, but you're going over this particular one. But the
Smash I'm JT, going over a lot.
Smash JT is a little controversial, right? He basically does hang with basically Hypnotic, love or hate him, which is an outrage bait.
Let's not talk about Hypnotic. Hypnotic is irrelevant. He is
okay.
Pretty much just a cheerleader for these guys.
You're mean, but no, but seriously, Smash GT, right? The question is he doing actual? I guess in his own mind, is he doing actual journalism from Puritan standpoint, or is he really concerned about video games? Because the question is always, is he a grifter? You know, even when I think he met Tony back in the day, he was covering video games together, and it's like that's what he was doing. So, from the looks I've seen,
video game news or reviews, like in the intro section, he had a review in retrospective, and it was just him whining about someone else's review in retrospective.
I kind of remember.
Okay.
It. I'm just saying, he's a controversial figure. He could be going after people. He could be grums. But it's really weird. Some of his takes are good. Some of his takes are bad. I mean, he's
we'll be getting into this. Reason to get you on. Your buddies with Renown. I found this guy's a bit extreme, and Renown did a whole video about this. Okay,
like I'm laughing because laughing because it's not bad, because it's funny because I know his format. Dragon Treasure has argued with him multiple times.
Yeah, fair enough. And they're arguing over the definition of this word grifting. Does it matter in the end of the day? Okay, he's getting money for
because I know you don't care about it. Like, this guy was the one going heavily after him during this period about other people. It's basically similar now, not to echo Renown, right? Renown's an interesting individual sometimes. He does the left. Is he arguing the leftist position to get the conservatives to admit they're grifting and it's bad? Or can there be grifters on both sides?
Yeah. Everyone has their own definition, arguing over it. Smash.
Would you call a reactionary a grifter?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even use the term grifter, okay, for any of these people.
Would you call a person reactionaries trying to get a rise out of a current conflict?
Yes. There's definitely reactionaries all around. So, yeah, it actually is. To expand more on that, he would never say such unbearable, cringy things to himself. He's specifically purposely hamming it up to his audience, not because he believes in his own hype and BS, because he knows that it will get him more clicks, more views, more money. Of course, he isn't actually on the trenches. He's not actually taken any risk, but he'll do his damnness to make everyone think he is. And he's playing the victim, okay? Smash JT totally acting like a big ass SJW from back in the day, playing the victim, going to cancel people and playing the victim when it gets turned around on him. Even it's not even comparable in my opinion. Do you think the backlash against Smash JT is unjustified by any way?
It's 50-50. Honest to God, it depends on his takes. I've seen him make good takes or base takes, and then other times they're just.
I must have missed them, but
there's sometimes they're just.
I'm sure
S9. And this is me, honestly.
Yeah.
I've looked at Grums, and it's like sometimes he has a point, and then sometimes he looks like a giant mongoloid.
Yeah. He also has that scam he's going with. Okay, I think that's a bigger point. Okay, Dragon's Treasure did this.
Do you mean the game he supposedly is working on that I can file? Like,
yep,
I've been working on a video game
over $500,000, and he hasn't even produced a decent demo, so he can take it back for another round of Kickstarter campaign. That's my understanding of things.
It's just sus. It's kind of like I file some games you file up there. It's like, but
it's going to be crap no matter what.
Would you think Star Citizen is a giant scam that should be investigated by the government too?
Well, no one's talking about the government investigating it. Okay, but
Star Citizen's like been the game. They go donate to us. Well, guys, one day we'll have a battleship.
It does have a playable demo. Solar system. From what I hear, you can play it and it is functional. It's like early access. I don't know the details of that. That definitely was shady as all hell. Okay.
But I will say, yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just from the rightoid perspective, I'm shifting gears real quick. Smash JT's credibility is coming into doubt. Although you might want to take this with a grain of salt here, because we're not going to watch this whole thing. Just look at this one thing here.
Viewers this is from a Kiwi farmer. With a few of my more autistic takes on the Kiwi farms when I was there. And you'll know that I was highly critical of Mark Kern, or whom many within the Zitter sphere recognize as Grums. Truth be told, Grums does make some based posts every now and again, for sure, but my whole contention surrounding the Stellar Blade censorship was that if you're going to take a stand for freedom of speech...
Yeah, okay, this video is way too long, in my opinion, with some parts. But he's absolutely right. Your credibility is in serious doubt, okay? That's the message of it, and it's about Smash JT. Not necessarily on a Metroid take, I think. It's sort of funny. Vosh also had a Metroid take that I think was quite interesting in that. Okay. You have the Renown's video, which I don't really want to go over, but then we have the Dragon.
This video probably won't win me any friends. It is not.
Yep. Going against Grums is a weird thing. I'll let that go. But yeah, Grums is a ticking time bomb for the culture war right. Even from a right perspective, I think both
he's basically Grums is basically like he has, as I say, some base takes, controversial base takes sometimes, but it's also like, can he be wrong? And I'm not saying it like eventually, right? You can't be the boy who cries wolf and then turn around and then say, when it comes time to pursue your games, and it's really iffy, like some of his time inside Blizzard, which is I've heard stories about, like
the breast milk stuff. Okay,
not that. I'm just saying.
Have to bring it up, man. Have to bring it up.
No, I'm saying like he had some weird work ethic issues.
Yeah.
Like especially after like some of his projects they put him on didn't do so well. So
on top of the sort of game scam, the
like
crowdfunding scam,
like somehow and don't quote me on it. I can't think I remember a story like a promo van for a game or something, and like he spent like a lot of money for something and it didn't turn out well.
Oh, the van. The van is something to meme him on. Pimp out your van, and it didn't get any use. There's also the fucking little Game of Thrones sort of a music video. I forget if that was for Amber or not. I went over that in a stream also, but not really too important at the end of the day. But yeah, even the rightoids in the culture war are being like, Grums, yeah, bad man. Upper echelon, that pops up in this because I respect upper echelon, even if some people want to rage out on him. And I will admit his faults overall. He brings it up, okay? And I'm sure Sid Alpha has been talking about doing a dirty dev on Grums, okay? He's more of a centrist personality along with upper echelon. So, but it's trickling its way.
I mean, even
through
Arch
here.
and Dev, who covered Gamergate, and them have gone after and said it might be Sissy Bus.
Yeah, they're going to quietly distance themselves and not bring up the scam. Hell, there's the V did a video called Sweeping for Grums. Then Spoon, the aristocratic, the utensil, he is a
Your
tool.
favorite person.
I really don't get it. That's Lucifer's favorite, which makes sense.
Okay,
He's good to mock. He's good to mock.
Spoon
He went against V. No, hold on. He went against V's video, but he did. He's like, yeah, Grums is an idiot, but he didn't bring up the Ember 8. I'm like, why not hit him with that? Does Spoon not know about that? And there was a smaller YouTuber who went after Spoon. It's the YouTube ecosystem. Go on.
Are you sure it's? Are you okay? You sure it's smaller? I thought it was Birdman who went after him.
No, that Birdman went after Spoon's stupid video. Okay. Well, his stupid response. And I did a video, responded to that. Okay. I'm talking about sweeping for Grums. V pretty much said, yeah, I don't care, Grums. He's doing good. There was 3 videos that I found all together. 2 of them were sweeping, and Spoon did not bring up the Ember 8, which is like, if you're trying to actually get gamers, people find out the dude has $500,000, but we're here more for Smash. Okay.
Yeah.
I found Potion Sword Run. Quite an interesting section here. Okay. He seems to be taking a stand against Smash JT. And it's quite interesting what Smash JT even fucking responds to him. This was in the early days, so he focuses on the grift part of it.
Oh, you're talking like 5 months ago. He makes a lot. He makes a lot. Potion is Tony's friend,
and he makes I actually asked him in the comments if the cats are like a meme player, because
he does have a couple of cats.
Yeah, he told me he has cats, and that's a joke in the beginning. But
yeah, he does that. He does.
Let them in. Now, I made a video about Smash JT recently about accidentally becoming an activist after he got so involved with Kotaku and Isma Conte and so on. Even going to the length of trying to get them all fired by starting a petition to end Kotaku. I figured that was a line when he became a creator to an activist. But now he's going further. Now, I don't know if this is Smash JT trying to cash in, but that's kind of what it looks like.
Quick shout out to those 8 channel members that have hit that join button. For the $5 minimum amount a month, you can support Smash JT. And I don't typically bring this up ever, but this stuff costs money, like a lot of money. And I'm kind of doing it all on my own. And I'm not like...
What costs money even, for Christ's sakes? The camera? What costs money?
The camera, if he's trying to go pro camera setup, just to give you an idea, I watched.
What's even a pro camera setup on his ass? Okay, yeah, you want someone.
Maybe
on the screen
you want a good camera. Like I've heard of cameras costing. Yeah. Lucifer's infamous with like battle reports, like people who do like 40K stuff. Those people have to. I've heard people have to spend actual money who don't want their stuff to sound like crap. So they'll get setups. They'll do something. But it
Oh
may it
yeah, he
depends
has
on
a
how
whole
much.
shed. Okay, probably
probably has a whole
because his
shed.
wife doesn't want to hear him ranting drunk for his live streams
His
that I've been
wife-
hearing about.
Oh, he's been
Okay.
having those. Yes.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. But yeah, in the end of the day,
that I write, all these things cost money, and I don't charge you guys anything for it. So if you are interested in proactively supporting me, I would definitely welcome it.
Now, he's mentioned his membership about, a few times in the last weeks, and now only about maybe 5 or 8 people are subscribed to his membership, and he doesn't really push it, but he started pushing it recently because he started a whole new adventure called Kotaku Detected. But it isn't just the people who work at Kotaku or people who write about Kotaku or the people that used to work about Kotaku. It's actually a whole list of them plus people they affiliate with. So just because you're friends with somebody of Kotaku, you're on that list.
oh, he's got the published a fake. That's a lie. Everything about Nick in the beginning was a lie. He's actually cleaned up his Kotaku Detected last time I checked. It doesn't come off as narcissistic. And yeah, I'm definitely going
I'm
to
not going
go to it at
as
some
much
point.
as this is just stuff I've seen because people have been closer to him who knew him, and I'm not saying because I have the friends or settle truce with Tony, but I've heard Tony mention Smash JT. He uses his website to promote his YouTube.
Oh yeah, a lot of those things are supported by his videos. Not all of them. I was surprised. Okay.
Not to shout out to him.
His
Yes,
website
he does.
in
He
the
used to deal
beginning
with them
came off
more.
as
Yeah.
came off as narcissistic. Okay, well, I'm gonna get into it. Like, oh, this person did this to me, blah blah blah. Such a narcissistic. It's not necessarily narcissistic. It's definitely egotistic. He's definitely playing up the victim thing. He's playing what's perceived as the leftist game, and I can understand how that really goes.
And the list is going to keep on growing. So he goes from a change.org petition to a list of his enemies. That's what this is. But not only that, he wants to profit off of this. He's asking for donations because it's expensive to do this stuff. Sure it is, but the thing is, you don't have to do it. The audience isn't asking for it. Figured out a way to cash in, and that's what you're running with. This is just pretty much...
Well, the audience is on board. He's made himself such a victim at this point. Okay. Oh, also the whole Alyssa is not the first sex worker he went after. He has a whole arc with the Destiny FOMO situation, which I won't be going into. Okay. But it is definitely funny overall. And I also found this particular video. He goes over Grum's right-wing grifter, but he has a special section for Smash, which I thought would be relevant enough to play here.
JT could see the grift for what it is. Actually made a video calling Stuttering Craig out, asking what is he smoking.
What the hell is Stuttering Craig doing? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And according to Stuttering Craig, he's going to attempt to put on his own video games award show. And I guess on the surface, it's admirable, and I don't want to try to knock people down for doing something that could push the community in a better direction, especially in light of all the Sweet Baby Ink garbage that I've been covering. But I can't help but take the perspective that this looks kind of like a grift.
But see, that was Smash JT before he joined the right-wing grift. And once he did, no matter how he really feels, he has to toe the line. Just a few months ago, he can see clearly what everyone else could.
Definitely seems like he's grifting off of this. I wouldn't use that term just because it's so hard to defend the grifting term.
I think he's doing
makes
the
a very good
opportunity. I
argument.
think he's doing the opportunist thing. It's like I remember it was for which game it was when it started. It's not like, and I know like the people like I only see that have grown in the last 6 months is like Hypnotic's like subtle crew that he has. It's like
it's like a pyramid scheme also.
It's like
there's a whole bunch of little content creators that just build everything all the way up.
It's not like Zax, right? Not to say it's like Zax is there. It's like Endemion's there. Grums can just come and go when he pleases. Like he's been like it's actually been like I wouldn't call it like the right-wing grift style, but it's definitely a reactionary to get views. right? It's a bunch of smaller
there's some
creators.
centrist and anti-SJWs who seem to be on board. I don't know if they're LARPing or not. There's a lot of pretending to be, like G Coop's my favorite hammer icon, man. Yeah,
See,
I
what
think
I
this
could
is a
see.
good argument.
But now that he turned right wing and he's getting those clicks, he's flying to the fucking back. It just shows how easy Smash JT can be bought. It shows him just going how the wind blows. It shows that Smash JT is not a man that stands by his convictions.
Yeah, that's enough for this. Also, Potion Sword Run makes a very good point in one of his videos, which I'm not even going to bother going over.
He can really make good points
when he used to be a Amigo shill. Supposedly, when he turned heel, he sort of outed all the previous Amigo shills, like laid down the dirt and started fighting with them. So, any friends of him now, just beware. In the past, historically, as he did on Kotaku Detect It, he turned heel and turned on his previous group. So anyone friends with him now should be aware of that in the long run.
I mean, what? I mean, the Amico stuff is like, I wasn't even in the console space back then, right? Of YouTube, where they were talking about Amico's a scam. It's like, oh. And then the people, it's like there were a lot of people who covered it, and then the guy wound up walking away with like $70 million. Like, I think Tony's one of the few people who paid like $2,000 for a shell.
Yeah, I think he won that. That was a nice troll.
It's
Okay,
like,
gotta give Tony props, even if you don't like him.
He does. I don't. We made it. It's peace-ish, but like, look, it's kind of like the Amico, like Potion. I give him credit. I give credit where credit is due. When he gets something right, he gets something right.
Oh yeah. He also goes. He calls Karen Smash JT calls manager on Tim Sweeney. Beautiful stuff. Okay. And that's linked to the Nick war with Nick. There's even the red face thing where he denied it. I covered that in the beginning. He tried to call the people calling the sort of thumbnail wrong when this sort of proves that he was right. Yeah. A television war. Smash JT exposes more Amigo cult members because he was part of that grift. He was, that scam of Tommy Tellerico. He's covered him a lot, okay? Not a lot of people are going to take him very seriously because of how he sort of portrays himself. Comes off a little silly, which I can respect. Okay. Yeah, Miko Wars. Definitely, it seems like Smash is still being mocked by the Amigo community, which is slowly winding down because
I can't believe that's still a community. I can't.
It's still got some people. It's winding down at the end of the day. But yeah, that is how it goes. That thing wasn't exactly great. But when we get into it,
yeah,
there's much more on Smash. Oh, man, there's just so much. It's hard to know who's cover. Okay, and he's definitely a team sports guy. Okay. Like right here, just highlights the team sports aspect, the other Frost situation. Okay, and the emotional sort of, oh, I'm sorry you had to deal with him, as I discovered personally after he attacked. You know who Other Frost sort of highlighted in his video as a credible source and like, oh yeah, this guy's unfairly. This guy here. This is the guy. The only person who came forward in Other Frost video. He still unhighlighted his video. This is the person that Other Frost. I don't know if Other Frost believed this guy here, but this guy also was really part of the person who was all for, what is it called? The Hogwarts boycott. Yeah, I was even here there. I don't even know the dude, but he has this whole thing. Troy Levitz, he definitely was sort of calling him pretty much a homophobe and asshole. I like Troy Levitz. A little bit rough, doesn't want to go against the grain. There's a certain comment someplace which I really think highlights a couple of different things. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things to really laugh at Smash for. A lot of it was on Potion's channel.
And the thing about too, you got to look at it is Stuttering Craig is kind of like that normie in a way of like he took a period. Like Arch goes on and talks to him. I think it's like every other Wednesday, basically. And he Razor Fist is on too so much. Like he's from Dallas, but he actually took like 2 years off from like gaming Twitter and YouTube. Then came back and saw the place was on fire. And he was like the normie stepping into like, you know, the space. So he's usually well-meaning. Oh, yeah, he came back entirely clueless. As Art says, he is my favorite normie to talk to in the video game space. So, and you got to bear in mind, Stuttering Craig is good at what he does. It's usually biased, but it's gotten better. The video game awards thing is awkward.
Yeah. I find many things out there completely funny. But yeah, this comes off as completely unhinged and like it was much worse. Look, refuses to punish. Oh, sorry, reprimand Allison Mercante for contacting the wife of Smash JT. Contributed to Anna Sarkeesian's feminist frequency. Let's see. Source. Oh, okay. See, he's putting some sources here. Completely horrible. Okay. What did she work on? They don't care. Guilt by Association Inc. Pushes transgender narrative in Paper Mario. Oh, let's do a video. Smash video. Of course. We got a Smash video on alert.
I have a question. Why wouldn't you use your own website to promote your own material?
And you promote this as something for people to research. Then we have here. Let's get to the sort of Allison Mercante, freelance journalist for Rolling Stone. That's why I assume he keeps track of her more than I do.
But she also, for some bizarre reason, is like a lightning rod for a bunch of hate. She gets
that's because she feeds into it. Okay.
Oh God, she
got pissed off.
Oh no,
she got pissed off that he retweeted the guy who's like, what was the guy? The really crazy guy. Execute her in virtual reality. Okay. Smash JT.
A lot of people
retweeted him.
Her, though. She actually has She actually has been she got caught by a donator, a member donation in Hypnotic's chat, and it's actually her.
Yeah, I
was watching Hypnotic stream.
She was baiting them. Okay. She is playing into this to a certain degree.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yep. Contact it. Wife of Smash JT on Facebook. Misread leaders by misrepresenting. You got to be careful when you say the misrepresenting. Okay. That CEO was the sort of the Farm Fresh thing. That was quite interesting overall because originally it was a black girl gamer person who criticized for it, so he put out an apology. Then all suddenly Grumps and everyone jumped on him for apologizing. You don't apologize, blah blah blah. So I don't know how it came involved. I assume Allison went to him and be like, did you want to give your interview with all these right-wing reactionaries attacking you? And that's where she misrepresented him. And they still lie about certain aspects, like she didn't publish the whole interaction she had with him. But yeah, threatened to sue Smash JT multiple times. See why I say he comes off as such a egotistical, narcissistic since Smash JT. He doesn't even bring up that she sent one to Did she send him one? Maybe. I know she sent one to Kiwi Farms. Okay.
Nope. She supposedly sent one to Hypnotic and a bunch of others. But
again, why are we bringing up Hypnotic, that cheerleader for these people?
I'm
trying
not,
to become credible.
When she threatened to sue people, she sent one to Smash JT and Damian. But in the big one,
Damian.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Damian has said many times. Yep. Links to one of his videos. Just highlight how credible of a website this is. Yep. Another one of his videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a great resource. You get to.
Welcome to my videos. Welcome to my videos.
You get to pad the message with your friend. The funniest one is this. I do not know why. Yeah. I sort of exited out. Okay.
So,
yeah, this was the most ridiculous one that I found. The transgender one. Okay. Like, what the hell's up with this? Why make such a big deal? She's not even human. Of course she's gender fluid. She's a blob. Okay. Why are you fighting over every little nook and cranny, making every little morsel seem like a big deal? It almost feels like gaslighting what some of these people do. There are some people who are a little bit more serious. Take it a little bit better.
People were more offended by 1,000 Year Door that it's okay. It's like, you remember when they updated, I think it was Dead Space, and they put, instead of like the other unisex bathrooms,
it's mostly corporate cowardice. Okay,
right.
The whole A body type, B body type. It's corporate cowardice, and they spin it as a transgender narrative. No, they don't want the fucking backlash. They don't want the bad press. Okay, corporate cowardice. Okay, has nothing to do with this fucking transgender sort of narrative. Okay. You want to get into one of those, you get into the sort of a genocide of the talk of transgender genocide. Okay.
How do you explain? I'm surprised he didn't do anything on Dustborn.
I'm sure he did. Stuttering Craig had this weird sort of cope. A couple of them did backdoor Dustborn, trying to link it to some other crappy ass government funded game. Every game done by that studio who did Dustborn was funded by the fucking government.
No,
they got money
apparently
for the government, not just that game.
You have to ask G-Coop. I think he's from Norway too. Like, I heard from Arch, he's already had his next game properly funded by them. And he's supposed to put like 10% down or something to show he has money, and they just give him the loan. And he's already had the next game funded.
Yeah, it's just so many little lies that don't need to be there. It's cracks forming. Hit them where it hurts. Hit them on the big things. Don't look at this little stuff like fucking Cabrutus was talking about, I think, in the remake of Kane, Legacy of Kane. They sort of transed out a statue. How nitpicky do you have? You're going to call that woke just for a redesign of a statue you don't think look as feminine.
I'm going to actually say, I'm actually going to say that, okay, I don't agree with when they remake certain games, you entirely change it. Like, if a game is like 20 years old and looks like pixelated graphics, like Final Fantasy the remakes, part of the reason they wanted to redo them is because some of them are literally turn-based pixel art. Like, and then you get that.
It was great for the time. Final Fantasy VII was great for its time, but
Let me say something. And then you update it, right? And you go from a 2D sprite, you go to having 3D. Yeah, G-Coops didn't he? G-Coops didn't he?
That's every game from that company, though. Okay, but
okay, G-Coops, how much money in that country? Because you're from that part. How much don't they have to put down finances like for it? Like as long and it's not really like a loan? Because you have to say something about that, because I heard Arch talk about it. Because even though Dustborn was a failure, they still gave him money for whatever. But he also, the Dustborn creator, also went back. He did like Dreams, The Longest Journey, some other good games. About 5 years ago or so, he turned around something like that and blamed and said, "Your audience is a bunch of my audience is a bunch of bigots." He has a really interesting history. But anyways.
Yeah, I'm wondering about this particular one. Like another link to one of his videos, okay? Luke's tweet. This is how I feel. And they're doing the same exact thing. How old is that tweet? Maybe it's actually a recent tweet, okay? The date's cropped out. We don't know when it is. Okay. Omit the tweets, ominous death threats to Nintendo. Like, this is just a joke. He's fabricating bullshit. Oh, here's a Vito's shit. I have no fucking clue. Oh, God. It's just such petty stuff, okay?
It is. It's one of those.
And like this here, you could actually be honest about this. Defend it. Another one of his videos, of course, okay? It's actually been fact-checked, okay? On one of her legs, it says, all men are evil, or whatever. But it's also, on the other leg, it's a quote from Animal Farm, okay? And you can use that. Animal Farm is a weird fucking book/play, okay? You don't need to fucking gaslight people. Gaming Award. Let's not even get into the Gaming Awards. It's a joke. I've always thought they were a joke. Why is anyone paying any attention to them now? This whole list is a fucking joke. It makes them look like display a history of white men via tweets. Oh, it's actually links to a Twitter. Okay, we can actually see this. I actually think this showed up in the Never Knows Best video. This might be the one. Boy, I can't stand white people. 2020. That's actually more recent. Okay. Why is this hate?
I'm not trying to defend what SBI did, what Sweet Baby Inc. did, but dude, like the first time Chris Kenrid came out and he said dumb shit on Twitter and locked it down more than twice. And then it's funny when he said, oh, he got laid off, right? Because he doesn't say he's there. Now they came out and said, oh, we got him fired. It's like, did he leave? Or did they just run out of money and cut him? Because remember, do you remember all the stuff happening when Nita Sarkeesian said, G-Cubes might remember this, or you do, when basically Anita Sarkeesian said Feminist Frequency wasn't making the money like it was?
No.
It's not. Because I'm the only one. Basically, when Feminist Frequency started going down, she started cutting the staff and everything. It's like,
yeah. Because a lot of those places were funded, okay? By who? George Soros, the Koch brothers, probably both of them, okay? I see this as a operation to fucking divide people in whatever space. I would rather stay in the cultural space than political one.
Is Laura Kate Dale the one that's...
Like, look at this. Tweet it. This woman's on the list for tweet it. If someone makes a goofy YouTube video about me, you better not mean his wife. That's a promise. That's why he's talking about Smash JT. He is obsessed with that. He has to harp on that. Okay, how long are these people going to play the victim? How long are the game gonna be like Sweet Baby Inc? No, it was Chris Kendrick, a console, employee or a console for a consultation firm. Not saying I really liked the ideas. Me and you went over her little interview on what was it called? The Sisterhood, Assassin's Creed Sisterhood. We went over that in the very beginning of this, and I'm like, this is stupid. Okay,
It's stupid. It shows it's just Ubisoft being
Okay.
Ubisoft. I mean, but Laura Kate Dale actually has some really interesting history. Like,
oh, so does Nathan Grace.
Yours-
Okay.
like apparently, like one of the people who worked on Dragon Age Veilguard is one of the narrative writers. Was like the one from Our Traps Gay video with like section with Total Biscuit. And
Yeah, sheesh. Anyone who plays Ubisoft nowadays, I don't know what to say to them. Obviously, they don't have the same sensibilities as me.
No, they don't have
Ubisoft,
it.
Blizzard, none of those companies are worth anything. It has nothing to do with wokeness for me. Okay, Dragon Age has been shit. Okay, it's been shitting on nowadays. Okay, yeah. In this, Jason Schreier. Okay, I don't think he's the greatest journalist out there, but intentionally misread readers why Suicide Squad failed to leave out any mention of Sweet Baby Inc. when questioned, and he dismissed any concerns as angry white hallucinogens and rage clip. And at the same time, none of these motherfuckers done enough research to know that in 2018, probably why Sweet Baby Inc. was on Suicide Squad. There was a woman who's actually worked on Fable, so beware of that. The new Fable reboot, there's a woman who worked on
the thing
Suicide
is,
Squad who got a letter to say, yeah, the people in their companies being transphobic or the designs are sexist and stuff, and they brought that. And
in
they
the thing of Assassin's Creed Sisterhood, it does have when Kim Bellar was kind. What's funny is, and I'd have to double check this, I think that one of those companies that helps fund SBI at one point was actually the gaming company of Zoe Quinn's boyfriend that Minecrafted himself.
the ghost. Okay, weird ghost. Are you talking
Like
about?
when, yeah, like when they sold and like, and then there's this weird like in the Assassin's Creed Sisterhood thing, it's about the female creators. It's clearly what her philosophy is. When a lot of the videos started circulating, it was like, we are going to go in and like, her idea is literally there were black people who helped build the Gilded Age and white people just forgot about them. Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
We went over that. No, she wanted black people in the Victorian era. Okay, there was a Doctor Who episode like that. But yeah, like none of these people, either they're idiots or they don't want to leave this Sweet Baby Inc. This is probably what brought Sweet Baby Inc. Ex-Rockstar developer said studio offered money after harassment complaint, but no apology. Smash JT has been asking for a lot of apologies in withdrawing a consideration award sponsored by Suicide developer Kim McSkillet says Rocksteady is image over attention. There's plenty of these articles. This was in 2018. 10 out of the 16 women working on Rocksteady's reported co-signed a letter detailing unacceptable behavior, including sexual harassment, slurs about transgender people, and talking about women in derogatory or sexual ways. Came forward as an author. Maybe this shit happened. Maybe she's hyping it up. Is this even around anymore?
I mean, a lot of games had a bro culture.
Yeah, this was like what kicked off a lot of this. This was one of the first reported instances.
Do you remember when it was around before Naughty Dog got investigated, Riot Games was being investigated for a bro culture too. They're like, we're totally open and we want SJW stuff. Then it comes out they have a toxic gaming bro culture. Then
It wasn't until the Blizzard lawsuit, which was a little bit weird, that other companies, Ubisoft started pushing for this diversity stuff.
When was the Riot? When was the Naughty Dog lawsuit? Like Naughty Dog, like Riot Games?
I don't know. Did that happen also? I mean,
let me find you for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there. Naughty Dog. I mean, is that why Naughty Dog sexual lawsuit? Sheesh, I know Ubisoft. Oh, that actually happened earlier. You are right. Okay.
The Naughty Dog one. I kind of remember that. It's like, don't ask how. And then I know the Riot Games one was a big one too. Like,
okay, yeah, the industry, just the push. I meant, I went back to the beginning of
it took them
Gamer
like 2 years to settle too. Like they settled it. I remember the announcement of it, and it went like over multiple years.
Good old Kotaku. Jason Schreier, former Kotaku writer, obviously. Yeah, I went back and saw the whole Dick Wolf's thing, and I think that was the starting point for this. They got PAX. They got the two people who made the horrible Dick Wolf joke that had nothing to do with women. They were talking about these fictional NPCs in a World of Warcraft game getting raped by Dick Wolves every night. And that just spiraled out of control because one feminist wanted to make a big deal about it. And it took about 2 years. And eventually that led to the people who started Penny.
You're going to make the joke about the Cosby Room.
No, but it would be a good joke to make. You want to make it?
No.
The Cosby Room was fucking insane.
Dude, the Cosby Room, I don't know what the fuck they were really weird.
Oh God, that wasn't even what they actually settled for. They settled for not under California law or some crap like that.
Yeah, no.
But at the end of the day, we're getting way off. We are here to make fun of Smash JT, but he brings up the Suicide Squad, intentionally leaving out all these fucking clowns. Never bring up the sort of sexual allegations that were.
Tell me he has Paul Tossi on here somewhere.
Oh, that would be interesting. Don't give him ideas. He might be narcissistic to look at this in post. Okay, you won't acknowledge it. Okay,
he doesn't.
Or someone will clip a certain thing. Okay, look, defended. Allison Mercane's racist. They really are becoming just SJWs. Everyone's racist. You just have to point it all out. And this is funny. This random cam girl managed to make this fucking list. I actually tried to talk to her in the fucking comments section.
No, she was I forget, she did some other stuff too. Oh no.
I mean, this is a genuine case where this was genuinely a problem.
Chris Kindred's a genuine too.
Oh yeah, I think it's cringe. Okay, that's definitely worth probably not being on this list.
He was supposedly the So she is working on the Wolverine game or the Black Panther game coming out. The Deanna.
Probably both. Yeah, I think it was the Wolverine game. Okay.
Chris Kindred is an artist but bear in mind, he also made the sin of insulting Japan because they don't praise black people and said Toriyama was a bastard.
Was that Chris Kindred? Or was that Lego Butts? I get the two confused.
No, that was Chris Kindred. Chris Kindred came out and said when Toriyama died, he made fun of him and he reprivated his Twitter again right after he nearly got a hate brigade.
Fair enough. Let's not cast this white men for stuff a year. This is obviously a joke. Let's see where this links. Another video? No. Oh, okay. This is insane. Ashley Wright Gain. Protect it. Like fucking hell. This little SJW Smash JT has me muted. The cheerleader has me blocked. I haven't really gone after anyone too hard. Okay, that just shows how soft Smash JT is. And also the cheerleader guy. Okay. Like, this is just... Yeah, this is cringe. Very fucking cringe, okay?
That is cringe.
Anita, I can understand. She really did worm
she
her
actually
way
works on
into the
Gotham
industry.
Knights, really. It's a half decent game. I've been replaying through it with a friend.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of fucking cringe out
What is
there.
that? Oh, no, she's going to be out. No, go back. She's working on Warhammer TV.
Not sure.
It was
But
in
yeah,
the title.
and look, he did encourage followers to report. No, this is a lie. Okay.
I'm surprised he did not.
Actually, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't a lie. Okay. It was after someone brought it up. Originally, he was mad at the Book of Demon, the schizo Book of Demon dude. Okay, initially, and Smash JT jumped into the list. I think according to Nick, one of his friends, maybe a girl he was attracted to or something, it was probably a girl, was attacked. I think it was the girl they went after for the Fallout thing, but I can't be sure. They went after someone.
Eventually, right? I think it's as Archer said. Archer said basically that in the meantime, we are going to have to fight. He goes, we are going to have to fight. It's not now. He said progressives are losing, but it's eventually going to come back, and the pendulum's going to swing back, and we're going to have to make fun of the right.
Yeah, well, G Coops breaks up a good point. Oh, just that.
That's
you
not...
didn't even need to do anything. You didn't even need to do anything. And I remember this guy. I haven't seen him around. Okay, this guy was a little odd. Okay, I don't know what happened to him. Did he get banned or just gave up? I just don't see him anymore. But yeah, Vanessa. Just this is a joke. Wrote a hit piece on Black with. Stating a CEO made sexist comments ruin. Wow, that
I mean,
is
one article.
true.
This is what's weird. It's strange. It's like if you write one article and you're not trying to attack it, right? Okay, congratulations. A bunch of people enjoy Black Myth Wukong, and people are finding it later on.
Yeah, this is complete and utter. And look at this. Games journalist Ryan SB declares that Grum should never know a moment of safety or peace in his life. Is this going to be a video? No, it's a trend. It's Rosary Warrior, basically another SJW within the ranks. Okay, he's a Catholic justice warrior, social justice warrior, who's all for censorship.
I'm not a huge.
I mean, this is just.
I'm not a huge fan of this website. I really am.
What, that Park Place? No, it's a joke.
It's bad as when someone goes, "I'm reading an article from Bat." So one thing I'll agree with Dana: bounding into comics in that Park Place is for articles.
Yeah, sorry, no Paul Tassi on here. Okay.
Damn, no Paul. No, if it was a shill, okay. If it was a shill. By the way, you know what the funny thing is? When Arch and them looked into Sweet Baby Inc., they just typed in diversity like groups that help you guide groups. There's thousands of pages. SBI is just one of many or thousands that get brought onto companies.
Yeah, and they have consultation group. He actually has the weird one. The one where the guy who committed suicide, Zoe's ex, which the sister funded. I don't even know if that's true. It seems true enough. Okay, but some of this, why Nothing of note yet. What? This is a new one.
But
I don't even know why
Silver,
this is on this.
what's funny about one of the people, Dev talked about the silver strings or whatever, the one down there. That a lot of those have been in the narrative community for like 10 plus years. And these people have just gone from company to company. Like there was one that came out like really vehemently loud, and she's been at Silver String for like 10 years.
Okay, yeah. I do think these websites should have a feminist sort of, vibe check them. Oh, sent a cease and desist to that Park Place in an attempt to silence. Accurate. It's Trent. It's that Park Place Trent who fucking cites scripture at people instead of giving an actual argument. Okay. This guy's a joke. He employs writers from Screen Rant who attacked Black. That does seem a little bit shitty with the sort of approach they took. Okay. But it's also CCP funded, so I don't feel that bad about going after that company. I don't like the CCP. Even Razor Fist brought up, like, yeah, why are we supporting the CCP thing? Yeah, I don't really like the CCP. Okay. Hick Detected. This is the funny one. Hired to assist efforts on Silent 2 remake. And that video game has been praised the hell out of. I'm going to have to get around to it. It does look good. Okay.
It looks like I think the only thing in Silent Hill 2 remake that has issues is the scene at the end when you get to the top of the hospital and they change the blonde woman to like Ugly Fire. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but I've heard it's a really good game. It takes different liberties. Hell, even Yahtzee did an interesting section where he's like, yeah, you got to understand, as an original player, I don't like these changes. Okay? It's not a dig at it. It's my personal preference. He basically went on a whole rant to sort of explain why people of the original thing, in a way, that has nothing to do with wokeness. And that was beautiful. I'm like, thank you, Yahtzee. I understand. I don't agree with you.
I'm thinking modern takes. It's kind of like the nurses were signs of sexual repression for years. Like, there's metaphors in the game. Like, I think it's like the blonde woman was like the one like he thought about cheating with. Like, the nurses are a repressed sexual desire and stuff like that. Like, it's one of those, I mean, is it weird in the game? But most people wouldn't get it now, right? It's like,
yeah, like also, are we missing someone? Yeah, you're trying to find more and more people so you feel. See, this is the problem. Potions run guy.
Sword Run.
Oh, I'm stuck with names. Okay. Potion Sword Run absolutely is right. Smash JT is just an activist, a SJW activist for the reactionary rightoid spear. There's some people who seem centrist in that space, but most of them aren't, along with Grums or Smash JT or anyone like that. It's just going to come down to.
I have a question, though.
Go on.
I'm not saying this. I've seen Dev make this argument. The only other person I've ever heard say rightoids is Dev. And it doesn't make sense because I'm guessing
it's
you're
leftoids, okay? It's different. Like a leftoid is someone like organized chaos, someone who's dumb and just follows the sort of leftist talking points without understanding them. Okay, a rightoid is the same thing on the right.
So you would say they're right, like NPC, you think?
Yeah, and there is rightists who actually understand the sort of things out there. Okay, rightoids are just dumb NPC sheep followers. Okay, same thing with leftoids. Okay,
I called him rage. I called him like easily rage baited. And one thing I dislike, and I've seen this in Arch's audience recently, and his like new people coming into his community, right? But boy, they are talking about the Resident Evil 5 remake.
Oh,
I have heard it.
God. That
I
game
have
is
heard about
fine.
it.
People, Shiva is hot. Okay, she is great black representation. Okay. Oh,
No, but I want to
fucking.
say though,
You can't. Why make her unattractive? Fuck you. Stay away from Japanese games. You're fucking up things. You got to correct the Western market. Okay. Okay.
wow.
I mean, some people bring up the fact that they distort shit online to make it look worse. Like they still go with this fucking.
Have you seen anything on the what is it? Have you seen anything on the South of Midnight? The actresses they're using?
Yeah, I know they're going against it, and
it's supposed to be like, oh, it's a Telltale game, and you look at the VA, and it's actually a beautiful black woman, and the stunt actress who does the stunts, right, is attractive, but then they look at the character, it's uglified, and you're like, why? Oh, but it's a Telltale.
I would have
style.
to see how other people. Okay, you can make the same argument.
Check it out. I'm not saying
everyone is sort of done in a certain style. I can hate the style. Okay, like the cow owl. What was that thing that came out of? What's it called? That got really popular on Cartoon Network that everyone started using, even though it's looking hideous. Okay,
is it the weird animal thingy?
I don't fucking know, but yeah, I would have to compare it. Sometimes I think it's a flaw to uglify people, to design them in a certain way, like the whole, what is it called? Outlaw, okay? They actually distorted a lot of the photos. The actual game model looked okay, but they did uglify her to a certain extent, and there is context that makes sense with that in play. Like she's led a hard life, okay? She would look a little bit more rougher and tumble. Probably the bigger problem with that is it's Ubisoft slop game.
I'll have to get you the not today, but I'll just send you the thing on the making of it. So I forget it. No, but this just looks weird to me. It's like, oh, friends, someone wrote an article. So
it's guilt by association, minute.
Yeah.
Fucking not letting people have opinions. Okay, if people genuinely are pushing for this shit in the industry, I understand. It's fucking being concerned about them. Okay,
it's
the
like
whole
Smash JT like literally went in and like he went in on the Zao guy, and the Zao guy basically is now.
Oh, he burned them all. The Zao guy, what's his name?
No, well, technically he did, and he had when he finally had a conversation with Hypnotic, they became friends after a talk on Twitter. And it's like
I would not say friends. I would say they are becoming
frenemies.
They're becoming neutral.
Closer.
Neutral.
I listen to him at least enough right now.
Salim is definitely playing this out. Okay, he's playing it right to get these guys on their list. At the end of the day,
he actually
it's smart.
Well, he might be playing him, but at the same time, it was a borderline
I think he is, okay.
Because he got sent a clip chip pic video of them saying the spear checker thing, and Smash JT was a part of that. So was Ryan Apathy.
Yep, Ryan, who's promoted a lot of people we know, Gray, Kiddith. I don't think he's racist. He could be. Okay, I'm not going to deny he could be racist.
He's British.
His whole interview with Mike Hollow, like they don't deny it. He didn't deny it. Mike went in that interview with Smash JT, sort of white knighting for Ryan. He's not racist. He's just a dumbass. Yeah, dumbasses can be racist also.
He's just so loud. He's just the.
He wants attention. Okay. And the only way he can get it is by being what he thinks is edgy. Yeah, here it is here.
See, there you go. Yeah.
It's connected to it. It's all connected, man. It's not a conspiracy, okay? It was connected to this, okay? I'm sure you're a very kind, friendly person. Sounds like fucking just...
Basically, they're arguing. Okay. So the person...
The dude argued him down.
So the person chimped him, basically. And then they sent that, and that actually had some blowback on Ryan. Like, Hypnotic's like, I think, Black Hispanic or something like that, and he basically did his thing. But it's the same way of, like, that's why I know Smash JT was a part of that, and it's like, and they're all defending, and they're like, well, Brian can't admit that. I'm like, he's like, just because you're a loud British guy doesn't make you not immune.
Well, I saw something. Yeah, he interviewed Millennial Woes, which I thought was interesting. Okay, I'm not against Millennial Woes being on the platform, but it definitely tells you some stuff. This whole
Hold
thing.
On a second. How are you? How are you, Cult Classic Rage? We're just having a talk about.
How JT. Fucking insane Smash JT comes off.
Friend disagrees.
To anyone normal.
And I know you're part of the Hypnotic's crew and Smash JT's friend.
Don't lump people in groups. I've heard of that person.
Yeah.
I just can't speak on that person.
I can.
Cult Classic Cage.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. It reminds me of Rusty Cage from the old group.
Does occasionally does really good videos.
But yeah, typical gaslighting. They try to treat you like you're angry just because you think someone is a complete clown and probably a disingenuous shitter who's just looking for attention. Okay. He wants money. He wants attention. He wants to play the victim. He wants to be the new SJW along with Grums. Go ahead. Be little soft bitches. Okay. I will make fun of you like I made fun of
that is your
SJWs in the past. Okay, it's fun. Okay, the fact that anyone takes anything Smash JT says seriously, that amazes me overall. Like such a joke. Okay, even this fucking website is fucking dated.
Unknown 9 was going to fail because I don't think anyone heard about it.
Because it's unknown.
Okay, the joke fills in itself.
These are already jokes.
So, like,
yeah,
Unknown 9 had like a trailer, but then like no one really knew about it. So by the time it got released, it was just weird. Like, it wasn't gonna do good. And like, I understand you don't like Smash JT or Grums, like, but he does.
What about liking them or disliking them? Okay, I think they're clowns. They're bad for the image of Gamergate. I was on the 10th anniversary of Gamergate in Tachyon Blue. Okay, and I talked about this. They really believe Grums really believes in the cause. Okay, I don't.
Debatable.
Okay? I think he's like Milo. He's just coming in last minute. Like Smash JT coming in last minute to get some influence, make some money. Is it a grift? Is it not? Who the fuck cares? Grums is a fucking hasn't even put out a demo for his Ember 8 game after 8 years. He can make all the excuses in the world, be a cry bully all he wants. I don't have to give a shit. Okay, I find it funny. Lol cows.
You gotta understand, right? It's eventually push is going to come to shove that similar to EVS, it does comics, right? It doesn't take 5 years. You could have a freaking playable demo. Just saying. And the idea,
it's not like it's that great. Okay, instead he spends all his time. Other people are reporting on the progress of Ember. Okay, it's just a joke.
I've heard of. I'm just saying, some people. Now, if I want my opinion of Smash JT, I just find him a little bit of a reactionary. He goes over the top. He gives me the geeks and gamers energy, and that's nothing against Wrong Cage or say that's just my opinions. It's a sensationalism that sometimes bothers me.
Yeah, it's also the sort of lying that he does. Okay. He skirts the line with it, attentional stupidity.
I file him up there with the same people like Paul Tossi except though they don't shill as much. I've seen Paul Tossi literally tell and gaslight Destiny players everything is fine. And until he actually made the statement, well, guys, the community's starting to burn down. We said that about 3 or 4 seasons ago. Where were you?
Okay, yeah, you're more into that, so you might be able to get that. Look, Smash JT, should DLC contend for Game of the Year? I think that's a little bit lame with Elden Ring in reality. Also, there is a couple of little things I wonder, like with this particular video. He doesn't know about it, and I should really share it. Oh, God, shoe on head. Yeah, but yeah.
Freedom of speech and freedom of association by tearing down sensible personal company boundaries.
I really like this response later that he's going to go over. Okay. Tim Sweeney. I don't know how he is as a game. He's at Epic. Fuck Epic. I hate the fucking store. They're trying to improve it. I'm mixed on Epic. Okay.
AKA Smash being a snitch and contacting the manager like a Karen should be frowned upon. Gromas, a parody of Grums. Are you saying telling someone to go F them?
Oh, this Gromas guy, I don't know if it's a single guy. He's quite interested. Remember the farm folks thing? He was the one in talking to the farm folks guy to talk to Grums about this when he was still mad about getting attacked. So I wonder if that happened. And then all of a sudden he went after Allison, saying she misrepresented him, which I can see his point, but I think they overplayed that shit. I think it's the same thing as a lot of these people. They don't want to deal with the harassment. They might as well turn it around. And I'm not going to go to bat and say Alyssa Marcante doesn't have a strong bias, okay? Not going to do that at all. But John Stuart Mill, responding with John Stuart Mill, base of Tim Sweeney here.
Themselves and calling them a vile person is expression oneself. Now, Sweeney quotes Jim Stuart Miller's answers on the question because he can do it better than he can, he says. But he's essentially, it says yes, he agrees with that. So literally, Smash 18 could go fuck himself. He is a vile person, according to them. Not a cancel campaign, Tim. I'm just surprised this isn't being addressed on some professional level. At this point, with how far this spiral has gone out of control in the industry, I guess it really shouldn't be. Matt. So you want the company they work for to take action against them on a professional level, but you're not calling for a cancellation? Seems clear you want them written up / fired for not sharing your opinion on culture / games. Not sure how else to interpret it, but a cancel campaign.
Yeah, and this all came from Smash talking about trying to claim that Nick Callalander, I always fuck up that last name, of Second Wind using his mom as a shield. That's what prompted this. Not really necessary, but I like the context of that.
The only thing and part of I hate about Smash JT is the sensationalism that he sometimes brings to Twitter, and he acts terminally online. It's like
he has that
there's
same
eventually
tipster energy, okay?
He's
got that tipster energy.
It's nothing against him. It's just that odd sometimes moment when there's like a weird gaming controversy, you can go through and you can see him. And I'm like, okay, what's the take? Is it going to be good or bad? And this is the thing.
Yeah, I just don't like this all. Well, I wasn't trying to do this. Just own it, man, okay? Yeah, you were trying to get him fired. Just admit to it, okay? Be a man about this shit.
There is a chance in certain companies. There is something in companies, right, where, how best I describe it? You have the art team goes, they go.
He truly is.
Okay, so basically it's like, they look at the artist and the design team, they go, could you make these changes? Oh, and then the person comes back, makes the changes. Can you make those changes? Or we don't like that art direction. Because there was something said from an insider in Star Wars Outlaws, and
Who
this
brought
is
that insider forward? Please tell me. I don't trust a Demion if he did it. Okay, Dev, I believe the guy that he brought forward
I
for.
don't know. Supposedly, the person approached, and I take it with a grain of salt. It was a couple of others, and I mean, to be fair, at one point with Veilguard, when that's like Smash JT, the same person apparently contacted Smash JT as well. So it's a little bit that weird circle of I'm a leaker, but like in the idea of they did it to like a couple. It's like then Endymion took it from Smash JT, and it's like okay. So one of the people who have been inside Ubisoft for a long time have legit said at some point like it's one of those things where you have to look at it as okay, do they just take the design and then they go, is it whatever? Because the original team, and these are the people who have leaked out of Ubisoft for a long time. The art team will say certain things like Overhead will tell them to do things. And they wanted to make a more attractive character for Outlaws. And I remember hearing this from more than a couple of sources. But some people were afraid to speak out because clearly Disney owns the license and they're like during the development cycle. And I'm not saying defending on what people Smash JT and Endymion say, but it's come from inside Ubisoft before. Not all are like Hamish, right?
Like, even if they do have credible sources with all the other little misrepresentations they go with, no one's going to believe them, okay? Unless they give a reason to believe. You twist the truth and you do a whole bunch of lies. And
no, more of just a casual, hey, Dino Rex, try not to be so aggressive and angry while having our company in your bio. It gives us all a bad look. Why is it always taken to the extreme with these
this guy's voice. This is worse than me reading shit off. Like the credentials, any formal conversation you're asking for at a company size, blah, blah, blah. I think
he's entertaining at times. No, he really is entertaining at times. I have found his videos.
Yeah, this guy needs more views, okay? He definitely covers this stuff.
He does when he gets it right. I give him his likes. I've watched him when he gets it right.
Okay, but yeah, Smash JT, look. This is dumb as shit to actually put this quote. He brings up all this shit. He focuses on both the comments I saw, the one in the thumbnail and this one. I'm going to make a series called Grifting the Grift and cover your videos. What is he grifting for? What money is he making? Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
Okay. No,
but in all seriousness, I could have handled the situation better. I still stand by that people should not be listing their employers in their bio if that's how they conduct themselves online. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be such an asshole. And obviously this guy was probably friends with Nick, okay, and he found this shit fucked up. You fuck with enough people will take notice. This is why they need to be careful at what they go
after. Potion works a regular 9 to 5, then follows the gaming stuff. Okay.
Yeah, he seemed cool. Okay,
Cage, let me say something. People like, so Unknown 9, right? When you first see it, part of the reason it was going to fail, it wasn't really because of the subject matter. If you actually look at the gameplay, it looks interesting. I can guarantee you, and I think it was launched under a AAA title or a AA title, people did not really know about it. It got a small spot in one of the prior game awards. When it was released, I can guarantee you, by the time it was out, it's like, okay, we've seen this gameplay before. It didn't look really great. It's an action RPG. Because I'm going to ask you basically this, and you can answer it. I'm just very curious. There's no right or wrong. When Sweet Baby Inc. Detective basically was removed halfway through the cycle of Flintlock Siege at Dawn. I had Flintlock Siege at Dawn on my wish list for 2 years. I knew it was going to be released. When they kicked Kim Billar off the team halfway through its development and then redesigned the whole character. But the game still came out that way, and they looked at it. So you're talking like when these games look like this, Unknown 9 looked okay, but the gameplay looked blah. And by the time it came out, no one knew what it was. It's marketed as an action RPG, released at a bad time, and it probably would not have done well in the first place. I mean, if you don't see marketing for it, how does anyone buy it? And that's the thing.
They screwed it up. Okay, they fuck a lot of things up. Okay, sometimes the stealth marketing thing can go well. Look at what happened.
Hi-Fi Rush felt like a weird.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Like Hi-Fi Rush was like that game that got released that no one intended to do well, and then it just someone saw it or saw the trailer released the next day or something. Then people bought it in loads or played it a lot.
Let me also answer this. I don't take Smash JT seriously. Anyone who this is the point of the stream. Why does anyone fucking listen to this guy? Why does anyone cite him? It's a way to blow your credibility down, flush it down the toilet. Okay. People go in with both Smash JT and Grums at this point. Grums had credibility in the beginning, but he fucking blew that away. And his sort of the sort of scam thing, they're calling it a scam. I can see it. Over $500,000. You just want to distance yourself if you want to have any credibility in this. Okay. And I like making fun of SJWs. I like making fun of SJWs. And Smash GT, such a parody, beyond parody in reality. Okay. Here's also, it's not even within this space. I found this while I dig in a little bit. I found this a little bit funny. I'm going to go with this clipping.
So Brooklyn basically, was like, hey, if you want to do this drama, then, basically I'll do it back kind of thing. And then, it was just like, oh, he made a death threat. And then Smash just ran with it. Didn't look into it, didn't click the button, fucking nothing. And then he makes this whole fucking blog, like this guy, making death threats to other YouTubers and shit like that. And it's just like, what the fuck are you on?
Cult Classic Cage here's got a point. I didn't even know about his sort of rant in the very beginning about the screen. Okay. Again, another clown within the field that just hurts anyone who wants to make the sort of anti-woke argument or anti-DEI argument.
I know you went against the whole idea of what Az was saying. I remember that. I disagreed with you.
Yes, it's a compromise.
But
yeah, me and you,
it was agree to disagree. And what's funny, it turned out to be worse about a year later. It's something we know about. And no one's arguing, right, with, look, kid, people disagree. Like, as much as I say, right, a broken clock is right twice a day. My stance is the same stance I give why I hate geeks and gamers. I like some of Hypnotic's content where I see you there, and I've seen your content, and it's not bad. But when you get into sensational territory where you become an editorial person, people do doubt your credibility. It's like, prime example, I used to like Skill Up a lot more. He came out of the Division community where he talked about games. Then we realized he was a shill, and we call him Shill Up. That was experience. Like, I've been playing Destiny long enough to know when Paul Tossi sounded reasonable, then he became a ball washer for Bungie. But he does sometimes have a decent
has some sort of follow the money. It's always going to be a thread to take you through.
And I'm just saying, people can have opinions. Like, you don't, because I don't like geeks and gamers. Am I bad? No. Like, I do think unlike my friend here, I just sometimes think Smash JT takes things a little too far or out of context. You don't go on Twitter and bait the world's worst responses, then turn around and either block them so they couldn't see you back in the day, or go turn around and basically try to spin it into an article. It does look a little funny. And even if, who's the guy who did this video you pulled this from?
This particular one, this is a no one. Okay.
Okay, it's not Road Beach.
Let's get through it. Let's get through this. This is just a highlight how drama centric Smash JT is. Okay.
Drama drives sales.
But now magically it gets stuff deleted as we speak, right? Fucking weird. But you get my point, right? Like, look how it got stuff removed. You know, especially after I called it out not that long ago.
I see. There's definitely some beef that
right. So it goes beyond. So because you gotta understand that
Smash knows you guys kind of with a bash.
So Brooklyn, basically, you know, it's like, hey, you know, if you want to do this drama, then
Yeah, sorry, I let that clip because I was loading up the next one. This one's much better. That one's weak, but I thought that was interesting.
Tell me, does this sound like a death threat?
It's you. It's like, I promise you, I'll introduce you to a whole new world. I would give it maybe 2 days before you'd never show your face on YouTube again.
2 days before you'd never show your face on YouTube.
This is just detestable.
Yeah, does that sound like a death threat? Okay, especially Smash.
It sounds awkward, and it just sounds awkward.
It sounds like a fucking terminally online person. I'm gonna make you bully you the fuck offline, son.
Oh no,
I don't know what you're messing with.
I have actually seen people go entire cancel campaigns on people, and it's kind of weird at this point. Like, Arch used to have people in Sig Marxism that hated him, and they would clip him out of context and stuff and say that. And it's like, okay, and they're the same ones who went to Wargamer and GW and then got him eventually kicked out. Now, the thing I'm going to address, right? You can advance in your career without sounding like a sensational shill. Now, see, Cage, here's the thing. I'm going to ask you this, and just it applies to your statement about sensationalism. Can they grow? Do people have to be hyperbolic if you're big enough or have enough of a following or enough of a presence to retain an audience without doing drama? There's two parts to this. Can they, without being sensational? They can be charismatic, like a Razor Fist, where people follow him because of that, and you don't see the bombastic nature. It happens in communities. Then you get the other half. What happens to another creator when they have grown off of drama? They have grown off of that drama, and that is now their content. Does it affect
also,
them
the point
or keep
of
them
this
or keep
is,
them in the?
Let me get to a certain point.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to have these certain moments. The fucking, no matter what you think about the sort of pronoun rant, that sort of put as heels versus babyface up there in the spotlight, and he capitalized on that. I think he came off a little bit of a bitch, but in the end, he played it how he wanted to, and he got success from that. He stood out from the crowd, even though a lot of people still like to clown on him. Setting that aside, that is different than Smash JT and Grums. I'm thinking even a Demion's been clowned on for a bit, but maybe he's getting some sort of credibility
Demion has
now.
a bad video like once in a while that sounds really weird. Like him trying to, I remember in Demion had the guy who was Jack Reacher he goes, "Oh, this man's a bastion of conservatism," and then there's like videos of him saying like "a cab." It's like interesting.
Yeah.
Weird take, my friend. Like a real
and
take.
Drama's the actual point I want. The problem with activists, it's sort of like the hero thing. The hero's job is to make his job obsolete. Smash JT is heavily leaning into straight up activism with the overlap. He does. I don't even know if he realizes this. He's become some sort of activist. The activist mindset. You need to keep on finding. This is the problem with the feminists back in the day. They kept on having to find more and more problems. Look for sexism everywhere. Same thing with a lot of the leftist movement. And that's what probably fucked them over in this election. I'm trying to stay on top of politics, but I want to stay in the fucking media space because politics is fucking cancerous. There's no such thing as a good politician. There's just a least bad politician. Okay, maybe there are some. There's some that I like better. They tend to be libertarian leaning or out of the box. But at the end of the day, activists, no matter what, your career is activism as it's slowly as potion sword run. Is anyone who gets into activism, they have to keep on doing it, or they're not going to be able to transition to something else once things calm down. And they're going to look like clowns, okay? I don't think Smash JT has what it takes. Maybe he will. Maybe he's not just going to become a lolcow. Like, who's the guy who deleted his channel?
Boulder Boy.
A Rich from
Review Tech USA did the same thing recently. Yes, Boulder Boy. Boulder Boy also not even deleted his channel. He just nuked a lot of his channel.
I mean, there's only so much the victim clout will get you, and he keeps on playing it up. Same thing with Grums. They have to be the perpetual victim to be. They're just SJWs. They're the new SJWs.
The reason I asked the question in chat to you, Cage, is do you remember when I'm smart enough in a gaming space to know when the right wing tried to go to the Parents' Right Council when you couldn't show stuff, and it came from conservative groups, because I'm a child of the 90s, right? We had weird things. We grew up just fine, but probably because we had more guidance or proper understanding. And the idea, right, is, do you remember the Jack Thompsons of the world? It wasn't just a Tipper Gore. GTA is going to turn your kid into a criminal. Like, okay. Do you remember those days? That was the right wing losing their minds or changing the stuff. They became what they fought. There's a dark side to this all that you have to be aware of. I'm not saying this for my friend. I say this from my perspective. Okay?
Yeah. What is woke? Okay. Where's the line of woke? I consider it to be pretty much just a liberal identity politics anyone plays. Okay. Right wing woke. Anyone who follows actually politics, James Lindsay, one of the leaders in exposing wokeness, is talking about the woke right. Okay. And people are arguing over fucking definitions like fucking idiots, like leftists, okay? Because the right wing has a couple of people using leftist tactics, okay? Rules for radicals, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, you can think everyone's opposed to all this shit. Fine. I want the fucking politics out of games. And I don't care about Smash. I'm just making fun of a SJW at the end of the day. Because that's what I've done for a while now.
A whole new level, to a whole new world.
Now I know I'm talking all excited about this and be like, wow, look at that. But in reality,
a whole new world.
How is any of this relevant to you guys having a television ecosystem associated with your product?
This is lame. Okay, that's about the point. The point is he does this. He translates his activism to even shit like this. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Okay, so Smash is a clown, and I made fun of how pathetic his little website is. Kotaku detect it. Okay, it's not to
It
be
just
taken
sounds
seriously.
okay
That's the
to
only
me. It
message.
sounds cringe. Okay, it doesn't. I remember people talking about it because how do you? I'm not saying how do you fight a like. It's kind of like if you're trying to fight these people. It makes sense because the right always loses in any perception of the mind. It's like, okay, one cop made an entire
Whataboutism. Nice. Whataboutism. Call it Clay. Ooh, that name always fucks me up.
Oh, he's going after
PCC.
JDA. He's going after JDA.
Yeah, he's a bit too much of a troll. Okay, he had wasted potential in the book space, but he fucking seceded to that bullshit. Okay, that's something I'm well aware of. Okay, too cringe for the world. And John F. Trent, I've said my piece on that fucking Catholic social justice warrior, and I still mock him. So
I thought you said because he's a based boy. That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah,
it's a
you
joke,
gotta
by the
be
way,
lying,
Cage.
man. Stop trying to do that. Okay, I hate fucking
here's
people
the
who
thing.
cite
If you
scripture
can't
at
look
me
at like
and use the Catholic Church as a fucking
if
source.
you cannot look at like sources, I do remember the time actually when people would be like normal in the space, like there wasn't the activists. But there's a difference when the activists are in the lead and activists are covering, right? But there was a period around, I want to say when Obama like was in office, a lot of money was given to a lot of organizations to promote, like it was just used to promote parts of culture. That money started running out. He does have a point, like they tried to raise money for stuff, right? Do you remember the year? Okay, Ben.
Mr. Medicare was right. Occupy Wall Street was the start of this fucking progressive stack bullshit being utilized.
Do you remember
both
when a
in
lot of the
politics
websites
and in fucking culture? Okay, he was right. I disagree with his attack. I think attack, repost, parry is a much better strategy. Understand what you're trying to dismantle if you're trying to destroy him. Because, yeah, I don't take Smash seriously. I hope no one fucking in the world does. Okay. Because, and I think his friends should be careful because historically, yeah, he has that in here.
The pendulum basically swings back one way or goes both ways. And I'm not saying it's entirely like when you look at something and it's okay, Cage. Think honestly.
Yeah. Why are you engaging about whataboutism?
I want to know. I'm just saying.
Both. I've covered both those people. Okay. Yeah, they're both jokes. Okay. They are definitely worth highlighting within any space. Smash is a joke. Those people are insidious little fuck ups. Okay. That is the goddamn truth behind Trent and John De La Rose. I don't know if anyone takes John De La Rose seriously, though. Trent, fucking hell. Too many people are citing him.
Oh, God. Trent, even when he was bleeding into comics, bounding into comics or whatever, that was like, I remember in articles, and I'm not trying to go after people. Like, I have the same standard, probably different than him. Like, I've never trusted JDA or John F. Trent. Like, I have looked at these people, and I've said the same thing for years myself. They might care, but they come off as more sensationalism in things. So you can't take them. And I mean, that Park Place is right up there. I know it's weird. It's an easy go-to site. It's supposed to be the rightoid Reddit, but they still have some very sus articles. I will still go to
almost all of them are sus. I mean, Bounding in Comics has a little bit of balance. They have their bias, okay? Bounding in Comics has their bias, but they highlight. Well, they fucking use John De La Rose sometimes. Bounding
I
in
thought
Comics.
John F. Trent sold.
Yeah, but yeah, Smash JT, a clown. I just want to clown on him a little bit during the stream. I think I squeezed as much juice as I can out of him. This whole Kotaku detected. I do. If you other people want to see how much of a clown, I would actually say respect to the one dude. My stupidity. Yeah, I'm at my limit. I need to get some more endurance. For
I mean, you gotta understand there is a point at which when you become what you fight against.
Yeah.
And that is something you have to look at, is the fact that these people at some point become what they fight against.
And you got to call out bad actors.
You have to address it.
Before all this stuff, I was looking into Gamergate, went over it with some friends, trying to figure out the details of it. And yeah, Milo coming into the scene was the worst thing for Gamergate. Okay, that just fucking destroyed whatever it is. If they would have taken the more balanced approach, they would have been much better off. But yeah, it seems like this guy does satirical content more. I wish I could be a little bit more wacky and wild.
Let me clarify something, Vincent. Did you say he shills for something? I never said he shills.
Who
I never
shills?
said he shills. Do you know who, if I was referring to anybody, there's a person named
you were talking about Shill Up.
Okay. We call Cage. We call Skill Up. I call Kill Up.
He is known as that. Okay.
That's the nickname Skill Up gets. Shill Up. Because he never criticizes a game openly. He couldn't even look at Veilguard in its face. He just let the video go, I'm going to let this content pay for itself, or play for itself as well. And it's like, they gave him money, they gave him that, and he just showed the gameplay, the dialogue, said a couple of things, but he never outright says it's bad. That's why he gets called Shill Up. Sorry if I need to clarify that. And then you get Paul Tossi, who shills for video games. He rightfully gets flagged. Sometimes Jason Schreider says the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. I find game journalists, I say the same thing. Smash JT he walks this line. He knows he walks this line. He just needs to be aware.
Does he? Is he smart enough to know? I could believe he's dumb enough to not actually realize what he's doing. Okay.
The question is, does he, and this is something we don't know, and I don't think you know, Cage, either. Does he do stuff on his own? Is he a one-man operation? Does he have an editor? Does he have a person who gets his information?
Oh, he has. He listens to randos on the internet like Grum sometimes does stupidly, okay? You're getting the crowdsource stuff. The dude from Kiwi Farms, he has a video about the credibility. Credibility is important. When you have jokes being representative of your side, it makes you look like a joke if you don't fucking call out the bad actors on your side. That's the end of the day, how it's going to go. And yeah, back to this. Watch out for, I'm wondering if Kim McSkillet's going to come up when Fable finally comes up. I really am curious about this because
I mean,
you might be right, Tiamon. The sort of thing at Rocksteady, what? Naughty Dog does predate it by a year.
Like you're talking the Riot one. That was like 2-3 years in the works before it got settled.
Yeah. They made these sort of male only spaces that women came in, and of course feminists came in with them and brought their own issues. Was it really sexism, or is it just a feminism giving those people the sort of victim status? And yeah, people playing victim. I don't think it lasts long.
What
How
caught up
long can
Naughty
you play the
Dog though
victim?
is, I'm gonna say what's interesting, and I remember about Naughty Dog is so the woman who headed up the development or doing for like Uncharted, say what you want, and maybe Neil Druckmann wanted more creative control. He basically got forced the woman who was over Uncharted and been there a while out. And it was a bigger deal. Like Naughty Dog started doing weird stuff, and then it came out like he was a supporter of like of Anita Sarkeesian. And no one defends that because you started seeing it. Riot Games was like, oh, we're tolerant. Like I've seen a lot of left-leaning companies claim to be, we support the women. Next thing you know, they have a sexual harassment lawsuit because
Male feminists are sometimes the biggest creeps in the world. That's just a goddamn fact. Okay. Kim, why? I don't think IMDb should be taken as a credible source. They did get the Suicide Squad right, even though she was asked to be taken off the credits after she pretty much brought towards her letter and didn't get an apology that they swept it under the rug.
So,
they're not giving her this.
I want to ask
she's
you,
working
Cage,
on Fable.
Do you remember when SBI detected, and this is where I will criticize at least the Cabrutus, they said that Flintlock Siege at Dawn was an SBI game, and then they had to come out and make a statement. They had already kicked Kim Ballard off the project, and people still
They
said,
tried to say Elden Ring was a SBI game on IMDb. Okay, that was one of the things.
No, I'm just saying, like, on the whole
beginning.
thing, go back and look at it. Cabrutus tried to actually do that, and Flintlock Siege at Dawn already had a shit ton of issues. It got delayed by another year, and then finally when we saw gameplay, because Kim Ballard was removed, and they had to redesign that part of the game and some of the characters, and they still went with that character. And that's the thing. There is a risk of when you do something, you make yourself look foolish. Like, I remember the Sweet Baby Inc. Detective, and it's not taking the side of Axeman and others, a dating sim. Oh no, a dating sim has a gay romance. Who fucking knew? Dating sims and anime, like reading books, like the what's those games called? Those style games. Oh no,
visual novels. Okay, how dare you disrespect the Japanese? They are the last bastion for the gaming.
We
community.
all know how pure Neko Para is.
Don't mind Timon. He
is
he is avoiding ending the stream. I'm out of steam. I need to get practice.
No, you take care. Yes.
I went through some series of fucking colds that fucked my lungs. That's still fucking me up now. I'm trying to get back into it. Nice making fun of how much of a joke Smash is, how stupid anyone who believes him. Okay. Same goes with Trent or John Delarose or Grums. I can't really say listening to these people just because they have a big number is fucking stupid, retarded, vagary of the highest degree. You're just another NPC when you can't do it. Okay? End of the day, he's just another SJW with very good makings of being a lolcow. And with that being said, I'm at the end of my abilities. I'm going to need to work this back up. For everyone watching now or in the future, take care. Leave comments. Maybe I'll answer them if I think they're not stupid, because a lot of people leave a lot of stupid comments. Peace out. Bye-bye.
You're going to get yourself in trouble.